Welcome back to the greatest podcast known to man, the Cinestro. Your boys who ain't never missed the intro ever, because we don't screw things up like that. Run the song, man.
Cinestro of the cast, it's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in, stay tuned in. They got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in, stay tuned.
Wow.
Mm,
Wow.
mm,
Another flawless intro, Matt, that we definitely did not have to redo because you played the
absolutely.
outro as the intro. Never would such a thing ever be happening on the Sinestro Core, a podcast of quality.
Once we become like super big for this and we have like the ability to make blooper reels, I'm gonna make sure that footage is never seen. Delete that footage. Delete that footage.
It's Myth Hapans.
Because bro, I haven't even touched my drink yet. I clicked the outro and I was just like, what is this? Why are we seeing the end of the show? Anyways, welcome back to the Snatcher Course. Your boy Blacksby here with AZ. We talking about two big things. Big M3GAN, our favorite dancing robot, is back. And then speaking
Oh
of
yeah.
robots and mechanics and all types of circuitry, of course, Big Riri, Ironheart. We chatting it up. Let's
Mm-hmm.
start off with Megan. Um, man, what is there
Matt,
to say about this film?
I know one thing we should say. What this film is about. And I will gladly go through that because I
Please,
am a big
please
defender of
elaborate.
this film.
Tell
So
the
this
class.
picks off after a couple years after the events of the first M3GAN film. It's pronounced M3GAN clearly because why else would they put a three there? But
Thriggin.
after the defeat of the sentient AI robot play toy thing in the first one, and several years passed, and the world has changed. You know, the threat of AI is upon us, and the government has also unleashed their own AI known as Amelia.
The
And in
int-
order to combat Amelia and stop her plans for world domination, they bring in the AI to fight a greater AI, Megan. And if this movie sounds like it has nothing to do with the first one, it feels like that because it almost feels like an entirely different franchise now.
You're
It's
right.
and
You are
I
correct.
I saw the trailer for this when I went to go see Thunderbolts. I didn't even know it was happening, and as the trailer went on, I was more and more feeling like I was becoming unhinged. like I thought I was losing my mind, but it was in the best way possible. I was like fucking smiling and laughing. I was cackling. They put her in like a fucking mech suit, doing like backflips and shit. And I'm like, dude, that's great. And then after that, I saw no promotion for this movie anywhere.
Because why?
Nobody, nobody,
Why
nobody talked
promote
about it.
this?
Why promote it, Matt? Because people need to know the
No,
absolute genius that is this film because it's amazing. It is.
it's
It,
ass. It is
okay.
ass.
Okay. As you viewers and or listeners can clearly see, me and Matt are on two different sides of this because I am of the belief that this is one of the greatest pieces of bad cinema I have ever had the pleasure of
You know,
watching.
it
And
reminds me
Matt
of like
hates it.
all those like the Piglet or Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, fucking Bambi, all those
Oh,
like horror
like
remakes of
the royalty free slasher genre, like
yes,
that.
bro. This
What?
is what it
No.
reminds me of. It's so, and the crazy part is, so the first film was actually fun. It
Mhm.
was stupid, but it was fun. It knew what it was. It claimed to be a horror movie. It turned out to be a campy, like almost a horror comedy, more so to
Mhm.
speak. Because I was like, this shit's kind of stupid, but also kind of funny. But then this film, the sequel, also marketed as a horror film, ditches the horror aspect almost altogether, and it's an action, sci-fi action comedy. And I was like, bro, what the fuck am I watching? Excuse my
You're
language. I
watching.
was like, what the
You're
fuck am
watching
I watching? Peak
peak Matt.
ass, if that's what
This
you
is
mean, peak
this
boo boo.
this is the best bait and switch of a genre because the first one I think is actually a pretty great film.
It's not bad.
It has cult classic material. I'd say more than anything.
Absolutely.
And it has like through lines of themes of like found family, working through trauma, and it has like little bits of satire on the toy industry. You know, it doesn't have like a direct message it's going for, but at least when it's talking, it's saying things. It's saying something. This film is like, hey, come here. Hey, come here. I got nothing important, but you gonna hear me regardless, and you're just rocking with it the whole time. This movie from start to like the first start, I was kind of rolling my eyes. I was like, all right, I don't have good expectations for this. And as it goes through this whole exposition dump, it's several years onward. Gemma has had very not good life experiences happen to her. Gemma is the name of the little girl, right? I'm not confusing her with the
No.
aunt, right? The aunt's name
Katie's
is Gemma,
Katie's
right?
the little girl.
Katie. Okay. I did have to
See how inconsequential this film is.
No,
You
no,
don't
no,
even
no,
know
no,
who's
no,
who.
no, no, Matt. No, Matt. I like to think that's just because I'm so astonished with the cinematic beauty that comes from this episode, from this film, this masterpiece, this veritable Mona Lisa of movie magic before us. But Gemma and Katie have kind of moved on. Gemma's having a moment where she's doing like TED Talks and like enlightening people on like the dangers of AI and basically building Iron Man suits with her sidekicks or some shit. I have no idea.
Some shit like
Really,
that. Yeah.
like it's basically like their toy store has like their main lab has been
There's
shut
no
down on
longer
account of
no longer toy stores.
Yeah.
They're doing
Uh,
freaking government contracts and
yeah.
shit.
Which to be fair, like if I made a fucking T800, I also would make that pivot. I'm like, I can't sell this at Toys R Us, but at Smith and Wesson weapons development,
I'm saying,
I
bro.
think they will really like this.
Think about it. You want to be at the Lego aisle in Target, or do you want to be at Lockheed Martin making death machines for X amount of millions of dollars? You know, that's what she was. That's how she rationalized it. She said, "I'm gonna go make some shit that's gonna kill people."
Yeah,
Essentially, that's what she thought.
In a very stupid way, like it makes sense. I'm like, well, you're very good at accidentally making things that kill people. What if
Death
you made
robots.
them on purpose, right? But I also find it kind of funny because like one of the things that she's making, it isn't even with the intention of killing people. Like she doesn't even like fathom
She doesn't
the
realize
idea
it. Mm-hmm.
that like a super strength exoskeleton could be used for weaponry. She's like,
that is literally the first thing that would happen. See, that's what I mean. There was a theme in this movie that was so they were right there. They were almost there, and then they somehow managed to fuck it all away. I was like, what is this? The idea of like technology can be helpful, but it can also be used for like it can be corrupted and used for nefarious and malicious intentions.
right,
Bro, lean into that, and instead it turned into, oh, we have this other psycho robot that is actually being controlled by this other entity that no one has known about for the last 80 last like 30 40 years, just sitting there like let's bro, come on, man, don't do this shit.
I will say I did not expect like the fucking Marvel approach of them being like, we're going to make another one, a weapon to surpass M3GAN gear. Like they just went like full on with it.
Mm-mm.
I did not expect that like giant robot Jeff Bridges approach, but it works. It works in a way. It works in a way that shouldn't work because like as much as Amelia, the like enemy AI, is like in the film and in the marketing and like featured front and center, both her and I guess when we get into like heavy spoilers, we can because I really think people should see this. I think people should see this. But
let's do this then. If you're watching this and you haven't seen M3GAN 2 yet, for whatever godforsaken reason you want to see it, you're about to get spoilers. So if you want to wait, pause this episode right here and then watch the movie, come back, continue. Or fast forward through it and watch the Ironheart portion later on. Or
go to the
don't give a fuck.
In the description. It's somewhere down there. Don't listen to Matt on that last one. You should give a fuck because while both okay, full spoiler territory. While Amelia is an antagonist in this film, That's like very, very lightly put as an antagonist. Because while she is threatening and she is quite
She's a
scary,
victim.
she is a victim of like the corporation that is using her. And it turns out, like any other robot or any other like mechanized weapon, there's somebody pulling her strings. And who could it be but this guy who I'm gonna be honest, his name is spelled like it's Christian. It looks like Christian, right?
But it's
But
pronounced
it's pronounced Christian, and he will tell you
Christian.
that he says that so many times
Christian.
throughout the movie. I was about to pull a full on roots and like beat him and be like, "You will be what I call you."
Jesus.
I was sick and tired. I was like, bro, I didn't even say your name, but I feel like you're correcting me, and this feels like a slight. I don't fucking like this. All right, this is annoying. Like, there's a point where what happened was
You are
Alita,
Toby.
I said Alita because she looks like a fucking Alita battle angel.
Alita is crazy.
Amelia, that's a good movie. I shouldn't have confused it with this.
This is a solid
Amelia,
movie. Don't disrespect that movie like this.
but Amelia kills a guy, and goes on like a full on fucking like rampage. Like this is terrible, right? And because of this rampage, she steals like this. By the way, insane jumping technology. I gotta add, there's like an Elon Musk type played by Jermaine Clement, who I really got to touch on because
Real
he has
quick,
like a
while you but there's two
yeah.
Elon Musk in this movie, but go ahead and explain the Jermaine Clement version first.
So the Jermaine Clement, I know the other one you're talking about, but
Mhm.
but the Jermaine Clement Elon Musk type is weird in the way that, like, for one, he's very off-putting, but in like the worst way possible. I don't feel safe around him.
Yeah.
And just watching how he moves, I'm like, oh, this dude's a little fucking freak. And he's got like this neural link chip embedded like on the side of his temple. And in addition
Mhm.
to that, really large jump in cyber technology, he's also got a Sandevistan from Cyberpunk. Like he's got like the fucking Dr. Octavius like Spinal Tap fucking
Mhm.
mechanized thing on his back, and I'm just like, where did you build this? Okay, but because of Amelia getting access to that, she now has access to like every server in the like 96%, I think is what they say, of the
Something like that.
nation's
It was
servers.
like a massive amount. It was basically
Yeah,
the
yeah,
entirety of the world.
because
Or the
Jermaine
entirety of
Clement's like
America, my apology.
he's like a super billionaire, trillionaire, fucking tech bro guy. So like he owns a bunch of servers, and she's like using that to like fuck with hospitals and like traffic and like all this other things, like
Mhm.
real Skynet shit. And
Basically some
yeah,
evil. What did they say in what did Bucky say? Infiltrate, assimilate, destabilize. Yeah, that's essentially what she's
yeah.
doing. They take the Winter Soldier like game plan and they fucking spread it around here with this AI shit.
Essentially, that's exactly what she does. And you're like, oh my god, wow, she's being a very big villainous threat. Like she's actually fucking terrifying. And then there's a point also where she hacks into the exoskeleton, and she has it fucking choke it out one of the people, one of the scientists, one of Gemma's
Mm-hmm.
lab partners. I don't know what
Tess.
their name is. Tess. Oh,
Yeah.
those two are inconsequential. I'll say
Tess
that.
and
But
Cole. I think they were
Tess and
actually the
Kohler,
best part of this movie.
crazy, great. We'll get into that. But there's a point where like she's choking the life out of her, and in order to stop her, they electrocute the exosuit
She threw
by
a bowl
throwing
of a
water
fish
on it.
bowl. She
A
threw a
fish bowl.
fucking bowl of
First
fish.
off, what the fish do?
I
Why
know.
fuck the fish? The fish was minding its own fish business. It's so rude.
The
Just
sink was
evicted
literally
my
there
man's.
too. That's the crazy
On
part. The
God.
sink was like right there. She could just turn the water on, got a little cup, and like boop. It would have taken the same amount of time to
She
execute
she
that fish.
I don't even think it would have taken like the entirety of the fishbowl. She real talk could have just like, I don't know, cupped her
Dump
hands,
part
put
of
in the
it.
fishbowl, and just like them, yeah, like flicked it,
Yeah.
like done anything else. But no, my man, one fish, two fish had to die for this. Like that's
That
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
was definitely a
But
choice.
it's weird because like they were
It was
making it for like
intentional.
medical reasons, or like Peter Parker in the PlayStation Spider-Man, making it for like people who have like paralysis or whatever, right? And I'm thinking like,
Mm,
as that thing was being zapped by a bowl of water, I was like, you think niggas with arthritis can't go out in the rain, my nigga? They
that's,
gonna
you
just
know
like
what? You
step
just brought
outside
up
and
a
get
good point.
zapped?
You
Like
brought
what? I was
up a great
like,
point, brother.
they're like, all right, it's like if Tony Stark was like, all right, we made this wheelchair, this wheelchair that forms into a pair of leg bracers and helps people with polio and weak legs walk, but also, here's the thing, if you blink too hard, it will burst into flames. Like, what kind of, why is that even a feature? Why would you just not leave that out? My iPhone is more waterproof than a military grade
Yeah,
medical
bro.
exoskeleton. That's
Like
fucking
we
insane.
made you these leg braces that will enable you to walk again. But if you sneeze too hard, the rocket boosters that we put in there will go off, and now you'll
I
be in
don't.
orbit. Congratulations.
You'll
Like
be
what the fuck?
atomized across the lower 48 states, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Think of how
So
fast
dumb.
you'll be able to walk.
It's so fucking dumb, bro.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Speaking of electrocution, that SWAT raid that happens at the beginning is funny for
Stupid.
like so many reasons. Because for
It's
one,
stupid.
that guy they shot, dead. He gets back up, but he's dead.
That's what I'm
Yo,
saying. He's absolutely dead, bro.
fucking,
That shit defied all the logic. He's dead. He's gone. There's no
she
fucking way.
she turns on the fucking like the fire suppression sprinklers or whatever and sprays him full of water, and then like
While he's being
shorts out
tased,
while he's being tased by Katie. and
actively tased.
and I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of glad he got back up because I was like, yo, your prime directive is to help and protect Katie at all costs, but you just put blood on her hands. That's fucked up, dude. She's an accessory to murder. But like, hey, happy
Yeah,
14th
bro.
birthday. Here's your first body. Like, that's fucking insane.
She's a child.
That's
She already went through enough trauma in the first movie. Now she killed a nigga. Like, yeah,
and then
yeah.
they finally fucking sit down with them, and they're like, wait, don't call the cops. We're the cops, and they show the badge, and I'm like, why didn't you just open with that? And then
I
they
know.
come at the very end with their commanding officer, and this nigga has the fucking nerve to be like, we're here to get into your house and get your computer. This is a warrant in case you think we can't do it. I was like, nigga, you had a warrant. You could have just shown up. You could have just shown up. Why did you do this?
This could have been
So
handled
unnecessary.
in an email. They went busted in their house and fucked up everything. And like throughout all this, Megan. So after destroying Megan in the last film, for those of you who don't know, Megan does get destroyed in the previous film.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back. Obviously, we wouldn't be having this conversation if she didn't come back. But at the start of the film, she's still disembodied. She's like a technical. Just a technical presence, like a vapor, if you will. She's kind of just haunting Gemma, floating around inside various pieces of technology. So she's helping them throughout this whole situation. And then eventually, as the movie goes on, she's like, "Oh, I need a body so I can do some shit." They rebuild Megan, but her one request is to make her taller. I said, "What the fuck does that mean?" So here we have Megan in this image that you see on your screens. This is Megan 2.0. She is now, instead of
I
like a
think
little child, she's like a preteen.
I think it's because the actress grew, and they're like, we need to explain this because people are gonna ask you
Yeah.
about that. But I'm gonna be honest, throughout this movie, I wasn't asking questions. I
I
didn't
was
have
just like, no, I was asking one
it.
big question. I was like, my biggest question was, what the fuck? That was my question the whole time. What the fuck? Dude, there's two parts where I just audibly said, "Oh my god!" It was when she was talking to Cole. Cole was trying to sleep, and she talks to Cole. She's like, "Oh, I see you." I was like, "Is she about to get freaky with this dude? Is she like caressed his hand?" And he's like, "I'm trying to sleep." It like turned over. I was like, "Bro, what is happening?" I said, "What the fuck is this?" I looked at my girlfriend. I said, "What the fuck?" And then I looked back at the
That
screen,
part
and
was a little
she's
weird. I'll be
man. And then she's talking to Gemma, and she
honest.
starts serenading her too. I'm like, bro, that shit worked in the first movie because it was stupid as hell, but it was a kid that she's singing to, so it makes sense. It's a grown ass adult. The fuck you serenading her for? Y'all about to
I
go to
thought
war with a
I
rival
thought that was
AI,
hilarious.
and she's over
I
here.
thought that was funny.
I was like, bro, I spent money on this. You know something? That just pissed me off even more because if you think about it, the movie going experience has gotten exponentially expensive. Tickets cost a lot of money. Snacks cost a lot of money. You're in there with niggas who don't care about you because they're over there on their phones talking or whatever the fuck they're doing. And you mean to tell me I spent all this money and time to watch this CGI robot serenade evil Caitlin Clark? I don't want this, bro. I don't want this. I spent my hard-earned American dollars on this movie, and that shit better be good. Blumhouse, you niggas at Blumhouse need to answer. Cut me a check. Answer to me because that shit right there, man. I'm off that.
No, brother. All of your animosity is the complete opposite of what I felt. I feel the same way watching this movie how I did during the Minecraft movie, and I know I said
rage.
I know I said that I liked this, but that is a compliment because the Minecraft movie was a surprisingly enjoyable time, and much like that is what this is. This feels like if the Spum C films, the Sony produced universe of Marvel movie, if that shit was good, it would be this. And this movie, bro, okay, you haven't even, Matt, how have we not mentioned the fact that in this movie, in the trailer, the lair you see them standing in is in the funniest fucking place possible.
It's underneath their freaking house.
It's underneath their house, and I think it's like, what did they say? It was like 5 years or something after the first M3GAN? Right, it was like 5 years.
Oh, we're talking about their hair. So yeah, the first movie.
The time gap.
This was what, like 3 or 4 years afterwards.
3 or 4 years.
Or was it 2 or 3 years, something like that.
It's less than half a decade has passed, right? And they're in a bat cave, bro. There's just a lair underneath their house, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on right now? Because when the AI invades their house and they're trying to get away from the short-circuiting handy-capable device that they made, which, by the way, is producing like a crazy amount of fucking lightning, like a wild, like the thing's like Palpatine. Dude, it's fucking,
that shit was
shooting up like 30,
lasering everybody. It was over here electrifying all the shit.
For a single drop of water and Grandma Ethel is reduced to atoms. Like, that's fucking insane. Who built this?
She gonna drool wrong, and all of a sudden she barbecue chicken alert.
But she drools wrong. Time for me to take my nap.
It's over. It's over. No, this like.
But while the thing is, they stall the exoskeleton, bro. While they're stalling the exoskeleton, they press a button and this portrait pulls up, fucking Batman 66 style, and they go down this elevator, and beneath their house is this giant, like, fucking, like, it looks like at first like it could just be like a basement. And I'm thinking like, oh wow, it's kind of big. It's like the bunker from Parasite. It's substantially large, but it's not like crazy, right? And then she goes around the corner, and there's like full on like 50-foot ceiling, and I'm like, what? How did you build this? Even Corey asked, like, how did you build this? And she says, I don't need to explain credit card fraud to you. And I was like, that's no, because this is under their house. They would have had to leave their house for at least 3 years for you to pull off installing that elevator and getting all of this done. But I shouldn't question the logic, Matt, because this is M3GAN. This movie's dialogue itself is just quip to quip to quip, and it works because it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking stupid.
I think it's diabolically horrible. Bro, why are we making movies like this?
Because, bro, you remember at the end? The ending is where Katie is like being like dangled over an edge by Cristiano Ronaldo, or whatever the fuck the villain's name is. And while she's dangling there, she grabs this man's arm and jumps back using like a bungee cord, and she fucking breaks it. Like she fucking clean fractures it in half over the like she's trying to
She straight
straighten
up,
out a
she
pry
straight
bar.
up, she straight up, she said, Gemma like gave her like an eye communication, and she fucking broke that man's arm, and the bone was like this, and he just like, I don't know, dude. This movie pissed me off.
I
This
love.
movie pissed me off so bad.
Remember even at the beginning where she's in that little like fucking like Neopet body or whatever the fuck from the trailer. The little
That part was
Bluetooth speaker
funny.
thing.
The little
I
little
thought
blue speaker thing, that was funny.
one of my favorite parts is where she turns around to face away from like Gemma and all of them, and it looks like she's thinking where she's like, and then she's like, "All right, I'll help." And I'm like, "What was that for? Why did you do? That's mad suspicious." I'd have been like, "Bitch, no, at best I'm putting you in a Game Boy Advance. You're not.
No, you got
got
to
too much
shit that you
mobility.
can't motion. You can't move.
Nah, cause for real, like you over here looking like you plotting on me. I don't like this. I like this movie. I thought this movie was great. I think
What's
this is a fun, stupid
rating?
time. This movie is a fun, stupid time. It's got surprisingly competent action, and it is just balls to the walls, never-ending, relentless fun. For that, out of 5 by Letterboxd rules, I give this shit a solid 4.
Jesus Christ.
You don't
Jesus
understand.
Christ.
You know, bro. No, don't boo me. Don't boo me. Hey, don't you boo me. I'm right. I'm fucking right. Don't you lick. I'm spitting back, dude. Bro, you have to understand. At the end, when he comes in with the laptop to show it is the best villain defeat, because while this guy has his arm broken the fuck in half, he's giving this whole villain speech, and he's like, I don't answer to you, Gemma. I don't answer to anyone. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can stop me. And then Corey comes out and he's like, are you sure about that? What about the United Nations? And he holds up the laptop where the UN heads are all on a Zoom meeting.
But that shit was buffering.
And the guy just did, bro. It's so good.
Lame.
This shit is a 4-star, man. What's your hate ass give it, bro?
All right, I'm pulling up my official review because I want the world to know. I want the world to know where I stand on this.
It's not that bad.
It's horrible. It's god awful.
Good. It's good. It's fun.
So I gave the first M3GAN a 2.5, right? Because mind you, this came out during a string of movies where I was like, what the fuck? It came out with Cocaine Bear and like Ant-Man 3. So it was somewhere in the middle of those two. This one, right. M3GAN 2.0, I gave it a solid 2 stars. It's good enough to where it's not like fucking Madame Web on my list of ass movies. Because I have a list on Letterboxd that's just called Total Dog Shit or Absolute Ass. And it's better than Venom. Venom 3, it's better than Ricky Sneaky, better than Craven. One of them days, Electric State, The Last Airbender, and Madame Web. So it's honestly, is it shit? Yes, but it's not that shit. So
these are not high bars to clear. I think
they're not at all. This is very low bars.
I think regardless, this movie, if anything, has heart.
No.
Speaking of heart, and things that are surprisingly better than we thought.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
You cannot silence me, Captain Price, you piece of shit. We're talking about Ironheart. Oh, now here's the thing with Ironheart.
We're talking about something real solid, something real solid.
No, if you say real solid and then you proceed to say like iron, I swear to God, I will leave this podcast.
I'm gonna hold off on my statement. I will retract my statement.
But you know what you shouldn't retract your statement on? How Ironheart is actually pretty good, because I saw the first 3 episodes and then realized that I was not going to have time to watch both F1 and M3GAN and Ironheart's last 3 episodes in the same day. So
no, dude, honestly, I am right there with you, because Hollywood has screwed us majorly this year.
Yeah.
We got Megan 2, F1, The Bear season 4, Ironheart, all within the same like week span, and we have to cover all this shit. So I get
It's a
it.
lot of content,
No
man.
worries.
And
A whole lot.
because of this, we're gonna do this review the same way that we do most of our reviews whenever a part of the pod hasn't seen something, to where Matt, as someone who's seen the whole thing, is going to try to convince me to finish this show. Keep in mind, this has Anthony Ramos in it, so I'm already very averse to wanting to finish it. But go ahead, break it down for me, Matt.
Two words.
All right, go for it.
2 words.
Mhm.
Dominic Thorne. She owns this role. I love her as Ironheart. I love her as Riri Williams. She's selling every scene she's in. She's giving everything that we're needing from this character, from this actress as well. The dynamic between her and Natalie, love it, solid. Also, real quick, spoiler warning: everything past this point, you will be spoiled. If you haven't seen it yet, stop this episode, watch the show, then come back. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Alden as freaking Ezekiel Stain, and AZ, you know where I am, where my head is at, because you know who Ezekiel Stain is in the comics. He is Ironmonger too. He gets it's almost like I almost call it a technovírus, but that's Cable. But he gets bio enhancements, biomechanical enhancements is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, similar to like if anyone is familiar with from the film
Extremis.
Logan, there's the
the Reavers.
The Reapers. Yeah, the Reapers or the Reavers. I always
The
forget how they're
Reavers.
the Reavers. Yeah, there's the Reavers. How they have themselves like technologically advanced. Basically, something similar to that is kind of what Stain has in the comics.
His in the show. His is more like on the cellular level, almost like he's got these implants that give him abilities. He's got strength, of course. He shoots lightning, like he's fucking. It's so cool. It's like man. It's like, imagine if they didn't kill Obadiah Stane off in the first Iron Man.
Like he's got what are they called from fucking Generator Rex? Nanites.
Yeah, something like kind of like that. But he's got his powers. He's doing his shit. I hate doing this, but I gotta give Anthony Ramos some props. He plays a very believable villain. Is the Hood's costume fucking stupid until the last episode? Yes, absolutely. It's terrible. It's just a dude in a shirt with a hoodie on. Bro, they could have MCU. This is one of those things where I'm like, they could have MCU'd this costume a little bit. Could have had him wearing like a regular ass red hoodie for most of the show, and then all of a sudden when he uses his power, transforms into red.
If it was more tailored, I feel like it just fits him weird.
It's just big as hell. Like he just walks around and he's like Red Riding Hood looking.
He looks like he works in a magic shop, like in a
a bad magic shop.
Yeah, like if there was like, I don't know, like an Olive Garden somewhere in like the city of Hogwarts, he would work at it. Like that's what the vibe. He's like a magical waiter.
Diagon Alley, bro.
He's in Diagon Alley selling like, I don't know, like fucking like street meat
Parmesan capsules and breadsticks. What the fuck? He looks so dopey. But in the last episode, he wears a suit, and it looks a lot better. Not a little bit better, a lot better. Almost. And he does have his 2 guns, like in the comics. I think like it looks decent. It's very decent. But the thing I like the most, I'm about to show y'all right now. I was waiting to see what the final Ironheart suit would look like. It's actually pretty sick. It's pretty fucking sick. That shit clean. That shit clean, boy. Let me tell you something, boy. That shit clean.
No, that's nice. That's
and you know they could have fucked this up, and I would have been so mad because the Ironheart suit in the comics, it's a lot sleeker too. It's almost like what number is his nanotech suit? Mark like 58 or whatever the fuck his nanotech suit is.
I think it's 23. I might be wrong on that.
I don't know. After Iron Man 3, he makes like 100 different suits between. He makes so many different. So like it's kind of sleeker. in design. It fits Riri as far as her stature. This one gives a little bit more realism. It's more tangible. It's a little bit heftier. It feels like if I punch it, I will break my hand. You can feel lunks when it goes ting. You know, like I love. It's bringing back that feeling whenever Iron Man 1, when the helmet would drop and you hear that ting. I'm like, oh my god, we're so back. It's so back, bro.
It's so good.
It's good.
I gotta say, man, audio listeners, you are missing out if you haven't finished Ironheart or just looked at this suit. This is this is one of those suits that I looked at in the comics while the show was being announced and like while it was running, where I was like, I don't necessarily know how well this suit is going to translate. But I like this. It reminds me of are you familiar with the comic Radiant Black at all?
Sounds familiar. I don't know.
Radiant Black. It's kind of like a Power Rangers style thing. I have to give it a read one of these days, but it looks a lot like that kind of costume, or like a Max Steel kind of thing, like a Sentai quality to it. I like this.
Yes, bro. I see what you mean.
I like the tubing, how it goes in concave on the chest. I like the exhaust ports that are on the front. Yeah, you see it. You see it like side by side. It's kind of got the same vibe and energy to it. I really like also the eyes and how, most importantly of all, this suit feels tangible. Yes, it feels real. And also, I hope to God they keep it this practical. I love this.
Also, if you look at Riri's costume history, her first suit ever, the one that she made in the middle of Wakanda Forever, the one that's like an exoskeleton, basically. That's like the Mark 1, right? And then she gets to Wakanda,
and heavier and everything.
It's very bulky. It's very rudimentary, you know. And then she gets to Wakanda, and obviously she has all the vibranium tech. She makes a newer suit, but it looks like shit. I'm being honest, it looks like shit. And that's just the CGI. That's just the CGI. It looks bad. It could have been better. I love that movie still, and I love the fact that they included Riri. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I love the fact they included Riri in it. She comes back from that. She makes another suit, the third one, the white one that we see at the beginning of the series. Bro, that whole kind of nice. It was badass. I see where she was going.
It reminds me of the. I think I might have this completely wrong, and they're gonna eat me alive in the comments. But, it's like the Mark 58 or whatever. It's one of the Astro suits from Iron Man 3. And it's one of the few ones that gets like a good close up of it, and it's like white and gold. It has like this really like NASA quality feel to it. It just, oh man, it's a good suit, man. It's a good. I'm pulling it up
for you real quick. I know which one you're talking about. I think it's this one. No, this is not the Mark 58. This is.
It's got like a gold face plate and like it's majority white. It's kind of bulky. It looks like it has like fucking moon boots, kind of. Like it's made solely for space travel. I think it's one of like the bulkier like space faring or like extreme environment suits that he made post. I believe it's the New York incident in the first Avengers movie, because he gets really fucking paranoid.
What number this is?
Just hold it up 50? To the camera. It's it might be model 50. I might be pulling that out my ass, but I do know what the suit looks like.
Or is this the 49? 1, 2, 3. No, it's 39. 39.
See. That bitch right there.
Yeah, I know what you're.
Yeah,
I think it's the Mark 39 Star Boost.
Yeah, the Star Boost. Oh, that's a good ass name for a suit. Oh,
that's what it looks. That's exactly what that's what the white suit looks like. And I think it looks clean. It looks so cool. It looks very sterile, yes, because it's all completely white, but the face mask is like black or whatever. But now, it looks great. And then she has the. How are the?
Oh, go ahead and finish.
I was just gonna say the suit immediately after that is made from like junkyard parts, but you can tell she's actually putting it together on her own. She's putting her own heart into it, if you will. And it's very much, that's where the tangibility of the suits come back for real. It's like it's so beautiful seeing her piece this together. And here we come with the best fucking Ironheart suit of all. This one that you see on your screens, guys. It's so good. It's so good. I usually like a lot of the comic accurate, like the super, not one for one, because obviously you want to put your own little MCU spin on it. But like as close to the comics as possible that they get, it looks really good. This is one of those times where I'm like, it doesn't have to be exactly bar for bar like the comics costume. comic suit, and it still works so well. She looks
I
phenomenal.
think other than seeing God, why can I not remember the actor's name? Lewis Pullman, right? As Sentry. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think outside of seeing Lewis Pullman's Sentry costume, this might be my favorite MCU costume in recent memory. This is fucking. This is
Agreed.
oh my god. This thing is just a tight, simple, but not too simple costume. It's got
Hmm.
little touches that just make this pop. I'm glazing, but it deserves it because this is good.
And you know they're gonna what's it called? Of course, she's gonna get a new costume come Doomsday or whatever
I
next
hope to God
appearance.
they barely touch it. I hope to God they barely touch it. Maybe add a
I
little bit
think
more red. I
it's a
mentioned.
lot of red on there. There's actually a lot of red. This is just the top half, but there's
Oh,
actually
is
a lot
this
of
the
red
top
on the
half?
boots.
Okay.
So basically, she builds
Yeah.
it from. You remember the Barracuda, the car she was driving
Yeah.
in Wakanda Forever. Um,
Yeah.
they rebuild it after it gets destroyed in Wakanda Forever, and then they take it apart and build this Ironheart suit from it. And I think it's such a cool moment, and it
That's kind
looks
of
so
an
sick. It's that hot rod red like
That's
Tony was trying
yeah,
to get.
that's what I was gonna say. Like when Tony Stark is making his suit and Iron Man 1, he throws
Hmm.
Jarvis, throw a little hot rod red in there. That's a nice touch.
It's so good.
That's
It's so
good. I
good, bro.
love that.
And then
That's a good way to tie it to Stark if you catch that.
and then
You're a long time
also
fan of the MCU.
the fact that she's fighting baby Stain too. I'm like, this is such a callback to the origin the origins of the MCU, and I love
Hmm.
it. I think Ironheart was thrown to the wolves and
Oh yeah.
disrespected prior to the show even coming out. And yeah, we'll be honest, we were reserved. We had our doubts because of the way Marvel likes to handle certain projects. They can handle it better. This right
Yeah.
here, this needs to be a statement to not just Marvel, not just Disney, but to all studios. Make good stories. Make it's not. Don't be afraid of centering black characters. Just
Hmm.
because a certain vocal minority wants to tell you, "Oh, we don't need that. Oh, why are you making this? This feels forced. This is woke. This is too diverse. Get the fuck out. Don't even listen to that bullshit. Make these type of stories. Make good stories like this because it's so necessary and it works well in the universes that you are creating.
Exactly.
What's
And
her name? Grace Randolph said
yeah.
Doc Mr. Terrific looks too black. What'd she say? Too Black Lives Matter or too
Two two
Black Panther or
two
whatever she said. Just some dumb shit.
two like Hotep or some or like Ghetto or
Yeah,
some shit. And I'm like, bro, he's
too
literally
pro
a
black. I was like,
he's
what the
literally
fuck do you mean?
he's an unk character who wears fingerless gloves and has a Smash Bros 80s style beatnik taper fade. What the
I
fuck
know,
are we doing?
bro.
He's black as hell. He has fair play on the side of his jacket like a soul brother. What are you talking about? Yes, he's black as hell, dude. What? I think even
she was
design wise,
stripping.
he's very similar to what is his name, bro? There's that famous photo that I saw a cover of or an image of Mr. Terrific on. It might have been like fan art or it might have been official. But you know that famous photo of that black
The
man at the
Alex Ross
Olympics
painting. Oh no, the one
where
yeah.
he's throwing his fist up. There's a
Hmm.
cover or like a piece of art of Mr. Terrific I've seen like that,
Where he's
and it's
doing the
really
same.
good. Yeah,
Hmm.
I need to find it. If anyone watching this or listening to this knows, please let me know. Unless I'm just having like a
If we
schizophrenic
can
hallucination.
if we can put that on a frame, I'll hang it in my room.
Yeah, please do. But he's a very black character. But that's the thing I feel like is really bad because Riri is a character that even in the comics had like a very mixed reception. She was taking over
Hmm.
the role of Tony Stark
She got
Iron Man.
shitted on. Not even she got
Right.
shitted on for a long time.
A character who the majority of people loved because of the MCU in the comics, right? And then when it got to the point where she was replacing also the main MCU version, right, to some
Hmm.
degree, to some facet to fill in that shadow that he left, she got an even more, I would say, negative reception because not only is it doesn't have that niche of comics. These are the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. These are broad general audiences. People from all walks of life, all different quadrants of marketing have seen these movies and they've grown up with these characters. They have much more of an attachment. So to follow a legacy that I'd say is arguably bigger of an Iron Man legacy than in the comic, at least for general population,
Hmm.
whole deck was act against her. And then for COVID plus the writer's strike to happen,
Yep.
and then Disney putting absolutely no faith in this project and marketing it almost nowhere until like less than half a
Like
month.
2 weeks prior to
Two weeks,
drop date.
yeah.
It felt like it was like
So
recent,
yeah,
you know. So
fairly
I
recently.
think
It's just disappointing. For what seems like a show where there was, no pun intended, a lot of heart and a lot of actual like good quality intentions put behind it. All things
now
considered.
here comes the last, and this is this is our biggest Cinestro bomb of the episode we're dropping right now. Spoilers, massive spoilers. If for some reason you've listened to this point and heard all this shit, and you're like, oh, I still want to, your curiosity is getting the better of you, stop right now. Major spoiler coming. Major fucking spoiler.
All
We
right,
good? All
hit the
right,
people with
strap
it.
yourselves in. After many series, after many years, we've waited. Many a night we've waited for this. I have been predicting that it would come. I've called it many times. I said it's gonna come. Nobody listened to me. But guess what? As usual, we are always right here on the Cinestro Core. Big Mephisto made his appearance as evil Jesus. He showed up. Now, not in WandaVision, not in Loki, not in Agatha all along, Ironheart. And I think this is a great choice
What?
because hear me out. Let me explain my
Okay.
reasoning.
All right.
In this show, it's very tech centric with a splash of magic, right? The splash of mysticism. The arcane arts start making their appearance in a show about technology. Riri is capable of explaining everything tech based, tech related, but she cannot explain magic, and that's something that's a trope across comics. A lot of the most genius characters can't really understand or explain magic to an extent because they're like, oh, magic is what, just science we haven't explained yet, right? So she's dealing with some forces that she can't really comprehend. So she goes to people who know about these forces. They teach her about the different dark arts, the magic going on, and within the MCU, of course, there's nods to Kamartaj and Doctor Strange and all the sorcerers, and everything. But and I called this from the beginning. Once we found out the hood was in, I was like, Mephisto will show up. Mephisto will show up, and I was fucking right. Sacha Baron Cohen, King Julian in Madagascar, Borat, Ali G.
Borat is the devil. I still find that hilarious.
It's so crazy. I have to subtract all those previous roles because it's like I'm watching two different people. He's terrifying and he's menacing in this. He's very menacing. He's also
Do
very
you,
convincing. He uses
do
that
you
like
think?
snake oil salesman charm,
Do
you
you,
know.
do you think when he takes away Peter's marriage, and he's gonna be like, my wife,
My wife.
your wife. He just takes her away, like takes her way down now. Oh
I
man, I
think
don't know
we
why
I
I found
think
that
we
hilarious.
maybe we'll see him in Brand New Day.
I hope to
Maybe.
God we don't. I hope to God we
Maybe.
don't. I
Mm-hmm.
I listen, Joe Quesada. I want you to know you did a lot of things for Marvel that were good, and then they started to not be good. And I want you to
One
know from
day
the bottom of
more.
my heart, don't no, just no. We haven't forgiven you. We never forgot. I'll never forgive those rat bastards.
Bro, I'm telling you
But
though,
does
it's
he?
it's it's so great the way he's handled in this is solid.
Yeah.
Now, I think they could have connected this. They could have had him in Agatha. I'm pretty sure it would have made a lot of sense in Agatha, and it would
Even
have made a
teased him in
whole lot of
Agatha
sense
would
in,
have made
in
sense.
yeah, and it would have made a whole lot of sense in WandaVision. So,
Mm-hmm.
but with this inclusion, adding magic and a magical element, it's a good introduction to Mephisto, which means we're going to get Ghost Rider here in a little bit. I need that. We're probably going to get. Sorry, Az. We're going to get one day more. we're going to
Can't have shit in Detroit, man.
get all types of shit involving the mystical side of the MCU now.
I think that's
With
definitely what they're gonna be pivoting towards
Mhm.
now that they don't have Kang. They're probably and they're gonna go away from the multiverse shit. Because that still
Yeah.
seems like a relatively unexplored pocket. They've already got like the science and tech and like the history explored and like the cosmos for the most part, with things like Eternals and Guardians and the Marvels and all that. So I think the next era of Marvel we're focusing on is probably just gonna be like mutants and magic. It's probably
Mutants
gonna
and
be
magic,
the
absolutely.
yeah.
I agree. So what's your what? I know you haven't seen these last 3 episodes, but what's your temperature? What's your feeling? Your hype meter for this
I
the close of the
I
season?
I was, I believe, last episode when I talked about it like at a 3 out of 5.
Mm.
Now, and having seen the first 3 episodes fully in their entirety and knowing what's to come, bro, it's got Borat as the devil. I think I've made it to a 4, because this show, from everything I've seen, plus that suit, bro, fuck it, a 4.5. This show got done so fucking dirty, and that actually makes me mad.
I agree.
This is a true hidden gem of the Marvel catalog, and I
Sleeper
implore
banger.
every a sleeper 1000%. I implore all of you watching or listening to this to take away nothing from this episode other than to watch Ironheart and give it word of mouth. Even if you have critiques about it, just tell people about this show, because it doesn't deserve this shelving that it's getting right now. It's good. All right, I like it.
It's very good. It is very good. There are maybe a couple parts where it's like, okay, this could be a lot better,
Yeah.
but this is definitely not like the garbage that people are trying to portray it to be. That's
Yeah.
just people who are idiotic. A lot of the negative people, the negative response to this is just racism and misogyny, plain and simple. But overall, this show is really solid. It stands on its own very well. I give it also a 4. I give it a 4. It's probably the better of the MCU TV shows, which is not a
1000%.
hard bar to clear. But the way it
Yeah.
clears that bar is very well. It's very well
Mhm.
done. If they can
It's great.
continue to replicate this across whatever MCU, I know they're moving away from the TV shows now, but if they can continue replicating that with whatever MCU like series esque projects, not non-movies, yeah, bro. Whatever special presentation that comes next, whatever they decide to do next, it's gonna be good if they keep this formula, keep this going. So very solid show, solid like iron, have a lot of heart in it. Call it Ironheart. Very beautiful, very
Ugh.
beautiful show.
Ugh.
just like this beautiful episode Cinestro Core that we are done with today. Appreciate y'all, everybody tuning in as usual. Tapping with our boys over at Backstage OL. Big things coming here all 2025 and 2026. Follow our boy AZ at Tari Single on all the platforms, the YouTube, the Twitter, the Instagram, Big Papa Tari, and on Twitch, twitch.tv.
By the
Tari
way, a brief
Single.
update on the YouTube situation currently.
Yes. What is the status on the war on YouTube?
I am currently demonetized for 90 days, which is not the best. However,
For how long?
there is a 90 days. So for 90 days, basically, I am not a YouTube partner, which does suck. But this gives me 90 days to actually just rebuild my channel essentially from the ground up. So I'm just gonna be uploading like whatever the fuck I think of. Whenever I get free time, I'm just gonna sit down, record a quick little vid, and be like, bop bop boom, put it online. That's it. So look out for those and whatever this era is going to bring. And speaking of what the era is going to bring, your era should bring you on over to our socials. 1000%. Go to our socials at Cinestro Corp minus the S. Legally, we cannot use that letter. It goes SUV, like we're trying to find a vehicle because wait, no, sorry.
SUV, we can't.
Oh my god.
That's another 25,000 from the legal fees, bro. We're about to get sued.
See, but always remember, it is Cinestro Corp, no S, on all platforms. You can find us and share us with your friends, enemies, lovers, exes. Go to their house at 3 a.m. and nail a big old sign on their door like Martin Luther that says "Check us out." And this has been an amazing, sensational episode of the Cinestro Core. And remember, stay awesome, and we love you.
Hearts for Ironheart because we love you.
Hearts for Ironheart.